Okay, so we had a reward and a immunity challenge today so far. The reward was touchy subject and it was really mean, but it was a lot of fun and it also kind of opened your eyes to some things. I got the superlative as playing the worst game so far, so it's time to fuck some shit up. Right now we are split into two tribes of five for the immunity council or immunity tribal. And I think Lena wants to eliminate Angela, but I think Jeff and I are going to stick with Angela and eliminate Josh instead. Lena, Ryan, and Alex are really tight, and we think that they're going to use Josh as a number, so we're going to try to eliminate that. Before the tribal or before the even challenge happened, we were talking with James, and we were ready to flip then. So I think we're just going to follow through and take out Josh and see where it goes from there. But this could either be a good move or a really bad move. Find out.
Moving forward, how do you start taking control of the game?
I mean, I think I just described how I started taking control of the game. Jeff and I are going to flip, and we're going to take out Josh and side with Angela and see where we can go with James and Amanda. As long as both of them make it through the next tribal, we know that at least James will. So we might lose Amanda, but we'll see how it goes. We need to do something.
Are there any relationships that you've been working on in this game, in the merge?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've gotten closer to everybody, but I feel like people have also gotten more enclosed within their group too. Like Ryan has stopped talking to me altogether. So Ryan and Alex and Lena seem like they're really kind of closing in on themselves. So we have to kind of try to do something about that before they're just a voting block of three and we can't get rid of them.
So there's really no more tribal lines happening.
I mean, people think there are, but for me and Jeff at least hopefully Jeff too. I don't think there are right now, and we'll see how the next tribal goes too.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay. You're good.
Yeah? Oh god. Okay. This morning was kind of a tailspin. Everybody just woke up and took off in different directions, which was great for me because I just hung back and let it happen. And then the reward happened. I'm very grateful Lena took me with Danny. It definitely gave me some time to reflect outside of the game, which was very helpful. This challenge, the minute that I lost, I was like, oh no. And then Jeff and Meredith came up to me and they're like, you're good. We had to talk with James. We're going to fucking do something. We're going to switch it up. And I believe them. I really do. And I really think that Jeff has my back. And all along, I've really questioned it. So if I live this round, I will die on a hill for him. 100%. I really will. I think that I'm playing my ass off for a very under the radar game as much as I can. I can't get the target off my back. Everybody knows that I won Real Foot. And there's only so much I can do to refute that, but I've pledged allegiance to the people that I really would do whatever I can to get them as far as I can. And if I'm not there at the end, that's totally fine, but I will do whatever I can to get Jeff in the end. James, I think, is another big target. I'll do whatever I can, but I think James and I kind of have the same story. So I'm really hoping I live this round. And if I do, I'll be very excited.
Is there anyone in the other group of 5 that you're worried or concerned about?
Danny. I think Danny is Danny is good with everybody, but everybody is starting to see it. I just went on a reward with Danny, and we did have a very good talk, but I went right back to Jeff and I said, you need to be very worried about them. Danny's definitely going to target Jeff and Meredith, I think, because Danny wants to keep big targets like me and other people around, which benefits me. But if Jeff has my back, I'm also going to have his. So I told Jeff that, and so I think if Danny doesn't go out this round, that's a big target for next round.
Great.
Thank
you so much. That was a good one.
Do you like this new ice on my neck? Because I sure do. Thank God I won this, because I think I am in some hot waters. Yeah, so it feels like every time I come back, I have more and more to talk to you about, which is a little unsurprising because I love to talk mostly about myself, and myself has been doing a lot lately, probably too much, but if you aren't doing the most, then what are you doing? Where did we leave off? Went to bed last night, just had a wholesome, cute little night around the fire, really fun. Wake up this morning, not the same vibe. People are going off in groups I've never seen before. It was like speed dating, and no one wanted to date me, which was really sad. I saw some interactions. It feels like people are ready to rustle some feathers. Luckily, my feathers are protecting me. Let's see. So then we go into this reward challenge, and it was a really fun one. I really enjoyed figuring out all the superlatives for this really awesome cast. Unsurprisingly, I won most flirty. Too bad none of it has been working, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm sad they didn't say most attractive, because if it wasn't me, I would have cried, and that would have made good TV. Just kidding. Where am I at with this? Oh, and then somehow I was not expecting to win the challenge, but it comes down to me and Ryan, which is fun. And he said he doesn't want to go. I'm like, well, do I screw him over and make him go? But then I thought, no, like, I feel like that would look worse. So I popped his balloon, and my thought process going into the hot tub thing was to pull someone from each like grouping, I guess, because I see this group of Danny, Meredith, and Jeff, and I see this group of Angela, James, and Amanda. And to prevent one from having a majority back at camp, I decided to pull one of each. I thought it was a good move. I think some other people might have thought it was a little suspect, but we ended up having a really beautiful time together, so whatever happens, I don't regret it. We had some good game talks, but I don't trust Angela as far as I can throw her. She's really been pitching to me that she wants to work with me, but I think it's that smoke, I think it's that mirrors. Going into this next, then I came back. I thought that they would have voted somebody out while I was gone. I was hoping they would do that, because why else was I wasting 2 hours away? But I guess it was just for a fun little vacation. And we get to this challenge. We see that we're in 2 different tribes of 5, and I look at mine and I'm like, I don't think there was any permutation where I would have felt safe after winning that reward challenge. Unless it was maybe me, Alex, Josh, Ryan, and then like Amanda. I feel like that would have been an easier vote. So I didn't fully expect or intend to win, but when I saw the 3 people who I was most nervous about drop, I think Josh is my closest ally on this side. I was like, okay, I need to pull this out, because if Josh wins, I'm gone. And luckily, he dropped right away, and I had to announce my own win. And here I am, yay! Thank God. We got back to camp, and I am nervous. I was hoping to make a little bit of a move today. I feel like Jeff has been gunning for my side this morning, just with the people I've seen him talking to. And then when I talked to him, I got even more nervous, because he said, you and I have been playing a very similar game, so I don't see you, like, I don't think people will try to go after you, but he would make the most sense to go after me if I'm playing the same game as him, because if we're up there together, I'm taking, like, he doesn't want, I wouldn't want to bring someone who's playing the same game with me to Final 3. So that made me nervous. I did try to float the idea of Jeff. That may have been a bad move considering everything that's going on, but I figure I don't want to go out being safe. I'm going to be a risk taker. I'm going to be extra. The best time to do it is when I'm protected. I don't think that's going to pan out. Now I'm just trying to figure out where the numbers are so I can vote with the majority. I know Meredith and Jeff are going to vote together. Josh is going to do whatever I want to do, except for him. Josh is voting Angela. The question is, last I heard they were voting Josh. I think I have to vote Josh. I just don't see them. I think there was a lot of lying happening to me from Angela, from Meredith, from Jeff, because Angela was all gung-ho on Jeff, and then she spoke to Jeff, and then she's been very tight-lipped and quiet. So I feel like it's Josh, and I feel like they're trying to catch me on the wrong side of the vote so that they can say I'm shady, and I can't let that happen. I don't want to send Josh. I really like Josh. I think he's really great for my game because he trusts me 100%, and that's a perfect person to have in your pocket, and I think they know that for me and Ryan and Alex, and so I gotta think what's best long term.
Good confession.
I try to make it.
Okay, so, so much has happened since my last confessional, I don't even know where to begin, so I'll try and go in chronological order. Yesterday I was feeling really, really bad. I needed to take a walk by myself. I was choked up, found this nice little pear to toss around, and I was really, really concerned that I would have to burn some friends. I didn't see a way to go, but I have found that way, and we'll speed up to this morning. Ryan comes up to me and wants me to blindside Danny. Of course I said yes, because I'm aware that Danny is starting to throw out my name. If Angela's telling me the truth, which I think she might be. So, without that immunity, we were going to all go together on Alex, but I was going to have kind of two options to go. I think I'm in sort of a power position, unless there's, you know, absolute blinders on. You never know. But we go to the immunity, and it's two separate tribals, 5 and 5. Lena wins ours, and so we got to go to tribal with Lena, Meredith, myself, Josh, and Angela. Now, the idea is either Josh or Angela. It's clear that Lena would rather do Angela, but I think myself and Meredith can strong arm that decision, and it'll go to Josh. Unless the girls were like, yo, maybe it's time to take out a bigger threat. I'm hoping that my threat level hasn't increased too much to where they want to make a move on me now, but they should, because if they don't, myself, James, and Angela have this game, and it is a wrap. So I'm excited to see the outcome of both tribals, and if all goes well, I'm going to be here tomorrow night too.
Is there anyone you'd like to see go home on the other 5?
On the other 5, either Ryan or Danny. Amanda could be an option as well, but between those 3, as long as as long as James stays, I don't care. But also, I take that back. I would like Amanda to stay. Yeah. I got some moves to make with them.
Were you worried when you found out we'd be having 2 people go home this round?
Once I saw both of the 5s, absolutely not. I mean, there is some kind of thought in my mind that I can't see, you know, I can't hear every conversation, so there is the possibility. So they definitely should do me right now, but I don't think they will, and we'll see. I'm not trying to be arrogant about this at all, but that's just my thoughts on it, and I'm trying to be honest. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
This is not good. I actually do think there's a very good chance I'm going home tonight, or now, I don't know. I'm pretty confident that Angela's gunning for me, just because I'm the biggest target and have the best pitch for it. Don't think that she was able to sway everybody, but you never know. I'm pretty confident I have Lena with me. She seemed pretty nervous and like she didn't know what the vote was going to be, and I do trust Jeff when he gives me his word. So really the only thing is if Angela has idol, which there's a more than good chance she does. I mean, she could, or steal a vote and then just have one person flip with her. That would also work, but I don't know. I mean, I feel confident with what I've done. I don't think I could do anything else with the relationships I've built. It's always tough coming back into the game, especially after being voted out, proving trust and whatnot. That challenge was rough. I thought I had it and just couldn't take the final little step in that transition, and I think that cost me, because I know that Lena was falling off right away. So it was like 2-3 seconds and I would have had immunity, feel a lot better. But yeah, in a tribe of 5, there's nowhere to hide, Camp was kind of, originally it was, pretty easygoing, where all the 4 former Jovians talked, and then we're all like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense for any of us to flip because, she has a steal a vote or something like that. That was my argument, at least. Plus, I've already been on the chopping block. I know it's probably going to be my name. So, yeah, but I do know that she was definitely throwing around my name there. Lena was thinking about Jeff with Angela, and I was like, I think I talked her out of that. I just don't think that that's a smart move. It also just depends on what Angela does, but she's really good at this game. She is fantastic at stirring up, manipulating, getting people to doubt their alliances, themselves, everything. So yeah, I can see why she's such a well respected and feared player. But I think she could be going. But again, it's probably either her or me. But then again, everyone else is probably saying the same thing.
If it's not you tonight, what do you start doing to change up your game?
If it's not me tonight, what do I do? I've been trying. My whole strategy has been trying to keep the big threats in and everybody focused on the big threats, because I know that a battle back that makes it to the end, like, that's a killer story that's probably gonna win. So I really got to keep everybody's mind just focused on other big threats, and I've really been telling people these are the people that have played before. They know what's going on. They're so good at manipulation, good at trust, like basically saying everything that happened at Elimination Galaxy, bringing that in, because they know that I have outside information from all of that, and just dropping in little lies here and there just to add to the convincing and try and do that. But once too many threats go away, I'm going to start being looked at. But I do think that I personally, if I were them, I wouldn't take me out right now. I think it's too early for that, especially when not knowing who in the next tribe is going to get taken out and them not knowing. It could very easily be 2 former Jovians, and then all of a sudden it just takes one person to flip over, and then the former, what is the tribe name?
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Sorry, I'm freaking out in my head right now. I can't really think straight. Yeah, then the former Blizzard are like running stuff over there, but it just doesn't make sense to me logically from their perspective. But you never know. Sometimes people aren't logical. They have other stuff going on. I just don't have the complete information. But as far as how I'm going to switch up my game, I don't know. I've been thinking about going with James eventually and switching there. I just don't think now is definitely not the right time. I don't have him here, but eventually I do think I'm going to have to work with James and Amanda, because they know they're big threats and no one wants to go to the end with them, and no one wants to go to the end with me, so we just have to team up, But I need to make that move as late in the game as possible, or else they're going to realize what I'm doing, not trust me, and vote me out. So hopefully that is not tonight, but, I have all my stuff packed. It's very, I think there is more than a good chance it could be me.
Cool. Thanks, Josh.
So, shit, I don't remember the last time I even talked. Where should I start from? I'm sorry.
We haven't talked to you since last night.
Okay, so yesterday Jorge went home and it was heartbreaking. And I couldn't even stand up to give him a hug because I needed to just let him do him and didn't want to show really how close we were and had to just let him go so that I could move forward in the game. We woke up. And of course, yesterday was the day that we got the most amount of time to hang out with people when I didn't want to hang out with none of them fuckers. But whatever, we had some fun around camp and I sank my teeth into some people, and going into today, I don't actually think I was going to be this vote. I think it was going to be Danny or Alex. Going into touchy subjects, I knew they weren't going to let me win those whores, but they did name me as the person most likely to get on Survivor, and Ryan named me as the person most likely to win, so clearly he can see me. Meredith shocked me. That bitch is on to me. Sorry, that woman is on to me. And when I say bitch, I just like refer to everyone as bitches, but like I probably shouldn't, so sorry. But she is on to me, so I'm after her neck too. And okay, so in touchy subjects, the question was who's in trouble at the next tribal council, and I got the majority votes. Not today. We went into the immunity challenge and we split off, and I saw it was something balancing. I'm great at balancing. Even though I shake the whole time, I'm still really good at it. And so once we were getting into the last little sliver part, I knew that it was going to be really quick, so I decided to wait until the countdown went. And then as soon as it like got to 1, I swung my foot out and I actually found my balancing spot, which was nice because everybody fell and I like literally won overall. So now nobody can vote for me, which is amazing, which means I've now made top 8. The furthest I've ever gotten in a Survivor Live game was 8th place, and I lost to a man named Alex. So number 1 on my hit list right now is Alex, because I do not want history to repeat itself. This vote has so many fucking dimensions and layers, and I think idols are going to pop out, which is great because I can't go anywhere. Amanda has a block vote, so she's going to block Ryan's vote. I'm just really, really nervous that by some chance idols are going to make Danny and Alex safe, and then a revote's going to happen and Amanda's going to go, and that's going to be like not ideal at all. However, I can get to the end, but I struggle to get the win, and so I need Amanda and Angela to be on the jury this time around. This is one of my last hurrahs in this damn community. If I'm going to get to the end, I need to win. So I don't want the girls to be sitting with me because Angela will probably beat me. I think I could beat Amanda, but I think I would get both of their jury votes. So I've a really great connection with Danny now. We're really looking out for each other. I'm really nervous that Angela is going to go in the other tribal, but also if Angela goes, that's good because the target's going to shift off of me. Something in this universe is telling me this is the one that I'm going to win, that I'm meant to be here, that everything that I went through has not been for nothing, that I've had to learn to sit in my own vulnerability and not be in control all of the time. And if Angela and Amanda went this round, it would be terrible for me personally, but it would be amazing for my game because I would become the free agent of the game. So I'm rolling with the punches either way, which is something I've had to teach myself in life, that I don't always have to be in control and things don't always have to go with my way. I just need to be adaptable. At the end, if I make it there, the case that I'm going to make is that I didn't come here to be the master manipulator. I didn't come here to be the biggest threat. I came here to survive, and that's exactly what I did. And my story is worthy of a victory. And so, yeah, that's it.
that split wasn't ideal. I know I needed to win that one because I'm not feeling great about things right now. I think that Danny has an idol, and if they're playing it, they're not playing it to take out Amanda, they're playing it to take out me or Ryan. And I know that Danny has floated my name to James, since he knew that James is thinking about Amanda. So this might be my last pre-tribal confessional. I'm sad I'm not in my survived shirt, but it's still damp. We'll see what happens. I might skate through another round and keep my person in the draft for me as their winner pick, but we will see. It's been a very cool experience if this is my last confessional in-game. I'm sad I didn't get to do any puzzles, not because I'm even necessarily good at them, but like, I wanted to try one.
If this is your final round, what did you try and pull out at during strategy time to make sure you didn't go home?
I tried to highlight how Danny has run these last two votes, and tried to explain to the other four why I didn't vote with them that last tribal when they were pushing it to go the way it did, and tried to make it clear that I'm aware of like the trio that I'm in, and that the bonds there are something that I have to be aware of going forward in the game for my own game. Because I know I said stuff about loyalty in my last tribal, and let's redact some of that. In terms of like how I wanted to get voted out. I don't want to get voted out at all, ideally. But like, yes, I play a loyal game. I am aware of that for myself, but like, you still gotta do what you gotta do. But
As far as planning goes for this group of 5, does any of your strategy pander over to the other group while making this decision?
for my vote,
Yes.
Ryan's worried about something that Danny is formulating something with the two of them, Amanda James, and then theoretically Angela and Swang Meredith. I don't really know. It could easily be the case Danny's a very good social player. So my strategy for, as far as I know, voting Danny, there is some stuff weird at the very end there that I haven't quite figured out the math of yet, is just if Danny gets voted out, I think that they would be a floater in a way that they could maneuver very, very well. And I know that like Angela and James like want to have strong competition, and maybe me trying to point out that Danny is such a threat will actually like sway them to like, well, let's keep it around. Let's keep them around to show that we can beat them. So I don't know. To be determined.
So we're going into tribal with a group of 5. James, who's my James and Angela are my two original people who are still here, so I'm happy he has the necklace because I think he's definitely more of a target right now than I am. I'm voting for Alex. I think that's who James is voting. That is who James is voting for as well, and I believe Danny is. Alex is pitching me, as in staying their original team strong. I think there's some idols that are going to come out. I do have an advantage to block a vote, and I am going to block Alex's vote, or Ryan. I haven't decided yet, but one of their votes. But I think it's going to be an exciting tribal. I think it's going to be vocal. I think people are going to stand up and talk, and I think there'll probably be some idols played.
Is there anybody you're worried about in the other group of 5 going home?
Angela. Yeah, I'm worried about Angela going home. I think if she goes home, that's a big loss for me.
So if you make it past this round, what is your plan moving forward to take control of the game?
I think I need to break ties. I've always been in this minority group. I think I need to, not necessarily break ties, but we have extended different things out, and this breaking into a 5-5 vote has kind of changed, but I think we had kind of got a majority to vote some different people out, so my hope is to continue with that depending on who goes home.
Out of all 10 players currently in the game, who do you think is running things the most?
I think that there is an alliance between Lena, Ryan, and Alex. In my opinion, I think Alex is kind of the brains behind it. So that's the kind of the reason of trying to get him out. That's the only consistent people we've seen.
Who would you say is your number one in this game right now?
It was G. Angela and James, but I have a very strong feeling they're each other's number one. But which might mean I need to look elsewhere. But for right now, I'm staying with that until we see what happens with the vote.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Good luck, Amanda.
Thank you.
So travel yesterday went as planned. Jorge went home. I was still pretty nervous because we haven't tested our new travel lines that hard since we merged, and it was a pretty good night just hanging out with everybody and getting to know each other more. So chill night and kind of had the night off from challenges. This morning, reward challenge. Pretty good. I'm not big for going on reward, so I didn't want to be the person picking people to go on the reward. Who went away? Lena, Angela, and Danny all went away on reward, and then as soon as we got back to camp, it was just like a bomb went off in a mad scramble. And I was pushing, trying to get the votes together for to get on Danny at the next tribal if Danny wasn't immune. And I thought I had them all lined up. Started talking to James. Was trying to figure out how we could work together and create a couple deals to see if we could keep each other's names out of the votes. And we had that together, and then got to our immunity challenge. I was surprised. It's a double immunity in 2 tribes of 5. And then everything went haywire after that. For my plans, kind of went down the drain. And in very murky water right now. So I think I made way too many deals and gonna piss off a lot of people, so that is fantastic. And I'm pretty sure I'm being lied to by, everybody in camp. Some of these people are professional. They're professionals. It's I feel like the guy interviewing Bill Clinton talking about Monica Lewinsky. It's absolutely ridiculous. So right now I'm basically deciding between voting for Alex, who was essentially a day one homie I was trying to go to the finals with. Because on my tribe, Amanda, Danny, and James, I think they're voting one of us out, but Alex doesn't think so, which I think is a lie. It's pretty clear that Danny's been talking to them throughout this game. Which is why I was going for him anyway, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Are you worried about any idols coming into play this round?
We were worried about Danny potentially having an idol, because I talked to James about previously trying to vote out Danny. And then we talked about having a big Threats Alliance, but it seems like kind of just cheeky, not real stuff. But I honestly don't think Danny's gonna need to play the idol, because I don't think me and Alex, both of us, me and Alex, are not coming out of this thing. Unless Alex has an idol, he might. Who knows? Didn't tell me. And me and Alex didn't really get on the same page before we just left. So we will see. But it's gonna be a whirlwind in the next couple tribals. So. All good?
Good job, man.
Day 6 in the game. We wake up after a rainy night under the tarp, and our first challenge of the day is my favorite, touchy subjects. Yay! Nothing better to blow up the game than a game of touchy subjects, and it did not go well for me. I got most likely to win, the kiss of death, and I got has the most like final 2 deals with people, which I've only ever made one of those, and it was with Meredith. So I am very stressed. Like, for the first time in this game, I feel vulnerable. I feel like I could be a target. And then I got taken on reward by Lena away from the camp for 2 hours. I don't know if I could think of a worse scenario for me right now. The only saving grace is I still have an idol in my bag. And if I watch this back and I find that this is the wrong move, I don't think it is. I don't think I'm gonna play my idol tonight. I know that's like, I shouldn't say that, or I shouldn't like that's dumb of me, but like Shawnee said in Australian Survivor, if I play my idol now, it'll only make my target bigger, and I won't have any protection at 8. I'll end up just getting chopped 8 or 7, so what is just holding on to it and saying fuck it and trying something. So when we got back to camp after the challenge, James has immunity, and it's James, Amanda, myself, Alex, and Ryan on a team. Ugh, not looking great for me. Not people that I have definitely been putting time and effort into. I think most of my strongest relationships are on the other side. So I went around and I talked to all of them. I obviously pitched Amanda to the original Jovian, and then I got pitched by James to vote for Alex. He also shared with me that Amanda has a vote zap and is going to play it on somebody, hopefully either Alex or Ryan tonight, and block their vote. I am going to be putting all of my trust in Amanda and James, not something I think I was going to say today, and voting with them to send out Alex, because if I see a path for myself to the end of this game, it is only going to be with other threatening people. If I take out Amanda now, my head is above water at the next vote, and they can just take me out, and then I'm left sitting on the jury, and Jorge's going to be like, Danny, I told you so, and I'm going to be like, I literally met you yesterday, bro, so sorry I didn't want to jump ship and be with your final 3 at the final 11, but I think that tonight I have to put my trust in people that I shouldn't be trusting, and voting for Alex to really shake up this game, and sitting on my idol, which could be a dumb move, but if I have it at 8, I can make some serious moves, and if I play it now and I don't need to, I show Amanda and James that I don't trust them. I have another move that people are going to say is on my resume, and I have no protection anymore. So, if anything, it'll be a cute little souvenir, and I'm very stressed, so I'm thinking that I'm going to go into Tribal Council and see what people are saying, but James had no reason to tell me that Amanda had this vote sap, so I trust James. But do I trust Amanda is the $1 million question. And you know what? I'm gonna have to trust the lawyer, which doesn't sound so great when I say it now. I'm sorry, Alex, that it has come to this, but if I let you go any further, you will get further in the game. And now I'm almost a little bit regretful of letting you in on the secret that Ryan and Lena know each other outside of this, so I feel like I'm rambling right now, and that's just me processing everything that's happening in the game, but I can confidently say that I am proud of the game that I played. I have had so much fun with all of these experiences, and if I go out with an idol, it won't be a negative in my book. I would rather hold on to it and make a serious game-winning move with it later than having my head just chopped off at the next round. So if you're watching this back, Danny, and you tell yourself that this was a stupid idea, no it was not, trust your gut and play your game, because I've done that this entire time, and I have to keep doing that because anything else would be me just completely fizzling out and ruining my own game. So we'll see what happens. Tune in.
Nice.